Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do too much trading today, and I'm only looking for one to two setups. Okay, preferably if I can get into just one, uh, trade opportunity, then I'm going to be done for today. And I'm still using the same strategy, supply and demand, but sometimes you have to mix things up a little bit. And today I didn't get a chance to trade in the morning session because I had prior things I need to take care of this morning. So I waited to the afternoon session to kind of see if it was going to be a decent setup, but just kind of look at the kind of choppiness in the market. I mean, it is in a little bearish mode to the upside, but overall we're in a wedge. You got to be able to see that. But we are making these higher highs and higher lows, breaking slight structure above, but not any big movements in the market. Again, this is off of the trading range based charts. I don't trade time based charts, so they are calculated a little differently in how the bars actually open and close and versus time. Okay. So, it's centered primarily around when it comes to range charts around volume. But the strategy and how I trade is, I've talked about it many times here on the channel. And you have to understand one thing. If something's not, say for example, working at the current moment, you're gonna maybe have to kind of pull something else out the toolbox and give it a try. Today, I actually traded a liquidity grab or liquidity sweep after the market came down here and grabbed this area right here. Okay, so and I'll be honest with you, I traded just directly from the 120, and I talked about. I think in a video or two about trading from the higher base chart and how you can do so. You just have to be very careful and understand what's going on overall with the structure of the market. So I saw the market sweep below this area of liquidity down here, and this was like a 26-point scalp on the Nasdaq 100. So this is my entry point. I closed out right here. So I entered around 20,471, and I exited at I think it was 20,470, 497 or 498, somewhere around there. Again, 26-point pickup. I was able to capitalize on this move right here off this liquidity sweep from the bottom right here. So that's the strategy I was trading today. And, we were above the VWAP. Now, I don't exclusively use the VWAP as my all in my trading, but the more confluence you have on your side, the trades tend to kind of work out in your favor. Plus, we're at the lower portion of this high volume area. So I always talked about it before in videos about looking for setups if you're going long below a high volume area and trading it back up to the mean. So when I saw the market come down here and grab this area of liquidity, I was looking for the market to, at that point, because it was a gap right here. You can see it right here. Go back and fill that gap in the area. That's why I took my trade out in this area here because, below this bullish candle, when it broke below that, you see that there, this bearish candle broke below that bullish candle right there. Then you got that third red bearish candle right there. When it pulled back some before it closed to the downside, it left a gap right there. So there is a gap from that bullish candle here in between this area right here, between the second and third candle, and this small fair value gap from this bearish candle back down to this bearish candle here. There's a gap in this area that has to be, these voids need to be filled in within the market. So I was waiting for the market to once it took this area here out and this candle here closed to the upside, that's why I entered as soon as it closed to the upside. Now you have to be careful when doing this. I don't recommend doing this if you're a beginner trader, for one. If you have experience and you have a larger size capital account, yes, that's okay. But also, if you are someone that has a smaller account and attempting to try to possibly trade from a higher base chart, just make sure that you're actually trading micros, okay? If you don't have a decent sized capital in your account, because this one candle right here on a 120 range chart is like 30 points. I mean, from 71 all the way down here to that's 30 points. So that could be a major drawdown if the market decided to pull back some before it pushes higher. And you have to understand that lots of times the market's just not going to always just blast it to the upside or to the downside. By the time you get into a trade, it may pull back several points before it decides to move in a specific direction. In this case here, I saw what was going on. We were grabbing liquidity from the top end and grabbing this area of liquidity from the bottom end. And that's why the market is kind of setting itself up, ranging right now. So be very careful if you're trading at all today anymore. I was just looking for a one and done type setup and capitalize very nicely off his trade. I'll show you the short clip that rounded out the actual trade that I was in. But again, you got to pay attention to the structure of the market. And this trade I was able to I pick up a quick 1,000 or 1K day off of this one trade setup, and that's fine. I mean, I'm satisfied with that. I can move on, and 15 minutes picking up 1K or $1,000 is not bad. So, anyways, especially when I want a done trade. I mean, of course, I could have went in with more and multiple contracts, but the thing about trading you have to understand is know your risk. And that all falls into play about risk management, knowing how to trade correctly, trade management, knowing if the market's not working out, get out your trade, cut it early enough to protect and preserve your capital. So, I'm not here to tell anyone specifically how to trade. I'm just sharing advice of how I actually trade, and the strategy and how I trade. So that's why I've made so much video content surrounding that. And I appreciate everyone that supports the channel, whether you are an elite member that has subscribe to one of the tier-based programs here on the channel, and anyone who's interested in becoming an elite member and getting the full-on breakdowns of these trades that I do take. The link is down in the description portion of the video. You get the video playlist. You get a great video that I cover on market structure, because I'm telling you right now, if you do not understand market structure, please stop, because you will blow accounts over and over and over again until you completely understand how to read the market and understand market structure. As well as you get the trade breakdowns. These are trades that I post over on Discord, but I go in deep detail on them, okay, about what I was thinking leading up to the trade, why I took that trade. I discussed the structure of the market at that time, profit target areas, stop loss areas, just overall what I was actually thinking when I took that actual trade. So there's a ton of those type videos, which are trade breakdown videos. For anyone that is an elite member, you guys already know you're receiving that great and valuable content. For anyone that's interested in signing up and becoming an elite member, it's only $6.99 a month. That's all it is, okay? And you get all that video content. All you got to do is, if you scroll down to the latter portion of the video, or scroll down to this description portion of the video, you'll see a link. The first one is a Discord. The second one says become an elite member. If you click on that link, you're going to get a two tiers will pop up. Okay, make sure to choose and select that second tier for $6.99. Once you do so and subscribe, you're getting direct access to the video content there, covering the trade breakdowns, the market structure video, and that video playlist. But anyways, that's pretty much all I want to share today. I'm gonna go ahead and show you this quick video clip on the trade that I did take. Okay, here's the video clip. This was again that liquidity sweep area right there. Short little video clip to show you. I was able to pick up again. It was like around I think a little bit more than 26 points on this setup. This wasn't a supplier demand setup. This is strictly a liquidity grab, or what others like to call a liquidity sweep. But anyways, that is it, and that's all I have for you guys today on this video. I appreciate everyone that tunes in on the daily to watch the video content that I post, covering the strategy. I'm using multi-chart confluence most times, trading supply and demand. But if that fails or it's not working, I mean, it's been kind of tough. Zero in on nice high probability setups to where there's actually a zone within a zone. Pretty much I'm talking about where we're marking up a supply zone or demand zone, and then that's off of a higher base chart, and then moving down to a lower base chart and finding a smaller base zone off the 24 range chart to execute the trade. Okay, so when I see something setting up nice that I believe, because in looking at the structure of the market and looking at what's taking place, grabbing and they're grabbing liquidity here and not wanting to push higher, but then come down here and grab this area of liquidity here. When they're doing that on both ends, more likely they're getting ready to set up or start ranging, okay? And that's what they did here, and I, executed on the opportunity to take this long to fill the gap going back to the upside, and then that's going to be it for me today. But anyways, you got to be able to see things like this. But if you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button right now. Go ahead, so that you can gain access to all the video content here, okay? And make sure to turn your post notifications on, so each time I make a new video, which I make videos about every single day, trying to help individuals by stressing the importance of market structure and understanding supply and demand just as well. And you have to understand this too. Not every setup is going to work out, meaning every zone, okay? You have to know when to cut it and again, to preserve your capital and get out the trade. But But I'm not here to force anyone's hand as well and tell you to trade like me as well. But anyways, for all those that haven't subbed, please take the time to go ahead and sub. All right. If you're interested in becoming an elite member, again, that link is down in the description portion of the video. Outside of that, if you found value in today's video content, I just wanted to show this trade that I took, and just put it out there, talking about what I saw in the market surrounding this setup. Because to me, there wasn't a lot of opportunities today. But either way, I found something, right? That's the thing. If you can find one trade a day, that's all it takes. All right. Everyone have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care and have a great one.